Beneath the shimmering surface of a warm tropical sea, sunlight spills into a world painted with colors no eye on land has ever seen. And drifting gently through this underwater paradise is coral, gliding with elegance, moving as if every motion is part of a quiet underwater dance. Not far away, Mareo hovers near tall seagrass, steady and calm. And now, it really gets interesting, because Coral has just noticed Mareo. Their paths draw together, like destiny unfolding. Coral approaches slowly. Mareo responds with equal grace. For a moment, the ocean seems to hold its breath, watching their first meeting unfold like a delicate, ancient ritual. Their courtship begins in silence, expressed entirely through movement. Coral twirls upward with dreamlike elegance. Plankton drifts like stardust around them. Their bodies sway in harmony, forming a dance older than memory, their swirling movements slow. Coral and Mareo wrap their tails gently together, embracing in the soft glow of the reef. Mareo gazes toward her with warmth and quiet devotion. Coral rests beside him, trusting completely. They glide side by side past blue sea fans, pink coral tubes, and drifting schools of tiny fish. Peace fills the water around them, and their bond deepens. As days pass, they begin searching for the perfect home, a safe place to build their future. Mareo tests strong seagrass roots, while Coral explores coral chambers, glowing with yellow and violet light. Together, they choose a hidden nook between coral pillars, shielded from stronger currents. It becomes their sanctuary, the heart of their story. And now, it really gets interesting, because today marks a turning point in their journey. Coral drifts toward Mareo, hovering above a sandy clearing, surrounded by waving kelp. Mareo opens his brood pouch with calm anticipation. Coral presses gently against him, transferring her eggs into the safety of Mareo's pouch, an act found nowhere else in the animal kingdom. Mareo receives the eggs with patient devotion, and a new chapter of life begins. The days that follow bring quiet beauty. Mareo carries the growing young, his body expanding with each passing sunrise. Coral stays close, swimming protectively beside him through coral canyons glowing with soft pastel colors. Warm lanternfish illuminate the reef at night, casting tiny dancing lights over both parents as they drift together beneath the moonlit water. Night turns to dawn. The ocean brightens. And now it really gets interesting, because the moment they've been waiting for arrives. Mareo positions himself above smooth sand as Coral stays near, full of anticipation. Then, with gentle pulses, he begins to give birth. Tiny young drift upward like floating stars. Coral watches with pride as hatchling A dances into the current. Hatchling B darts into coral tunnels, and hatchling C clings to a blade of swaying seagrass. Their family has begun. In the days that follow, Coral and Mareo guide their hatchlings through the reef's wonders. Coral teaches gripping techniques, curling her tail around strong seagrass. Mareo demonstrates how to follow soft currents, drifting beside glowing coral. The hatchlings follow eagerly, discovering arches of reef, forests of sea plants, and swirling clouds of tiny fish. Their world expands, their confidence grows. Mareo hovers protectively as the hatchlings explore farther. Coral encourages play, nudging them gently toward new discoveries. The hatchlings cluster around her like a tiny constellation of life, glowing under soft underwater light. Time passes gently. Morning sunlight spreads across the reef as Coral and Mareo lead their thriving family across shimmering sands. The hatchlings strengthen their tails, learn to spiral with grace, and begin exploring independently among coral branches. Mareo watches with calm pride as Coral beams with joy. They drift together as their children form circling patterns around them, moving like a living halo of tiny shapes and colors. The family glows beneath the glittering shallows, surrounded by life, light, and the unbroken rhythm of the sea. And now it grows even more beautiful because the ocean is about to reveal its most peaceful moment. In the warm glow of a late afternoon, Coral and Mareo rise gently above a serene coral meadow. Rainbow colors shimmer through the waves above them. Coral glides close, resting beside Mareo in a moment of quiet harmony. Together, they ascend toward the glowing surface, spiraling in perfect unison, just as they did the day they first met. Their tails touch, the water glows, and their love, timeless, gentle, extraordinary, continues on the currents of the sea. This is more than the story of two ocean dwellers. This is the story of devotion, partnership, and a bond unlike any other in the living world. This is the remarkable love story of Coral and Mareo. Soon, Coral and Mareo's babies will no longer be babies. Their shapes will stretch, their colors will deepen, and their tails will grow strong enough to anchor firmly even in stormy weather. They will travel across the reef with confidence, no longer drifting helplessly, but choosing their paths with purpose. But fate will have even more beautiful plans. Though they will live independent lives, their family bond will never fade. On calm evenings, when sunlight turns the water golden and lanternfish drift in shimmering schools, the grown young will return to swim with Coral and Mareo, reuniting as if no time at all has passed. This will be the part history tries to forget, the part where growing up will not mean drifting apart, but instead will become part of a larger story, one carried by the tides, shaped by the reef, and passed on from one generation to the next. Thank you for joining me for another remarkable love story from the animal kingdom. If today's journey touched your heart, imagine what else is waiting out there. Bonds, partnerships, and connections more magical than fiction. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next story unfolding beneath the waves, above the trees, or deep in the wild. Until then.